o'clock.
All right, Mike, thanks. And that's all we have for you for Eyewitness News at 4, but much more is ahead at 5. Mark and Aaron are here now with a look at what's ahead. Hi, guys.
Hi there, Kara. Courses cut while tuition just keeps going up. Next at 5, we have an I-Team exclusive.
As that tuition increases in the state colleges and university system, leaders at one school are speaking out what they want to see changed and why other schools may also take action.
Plus, day 18 in the Michelle Turconis trial. Today's witness sharing insight on the relationship between Fotis and Jennifer Dulos.
And it is Super Bowl week in Las Vegas, and as your home of this year's big game, we're talking, of course, wings. Why now is the time to get those orders in.
Yeah, that's not all. We're also talking burgers as we showcase some of the best right here in the state.
Yeah, we're trying to make you hungry right now. A look at what makes the cheeseburger so iconic at Shady Glen next.
You probably know at National Florist Direct, we install flooring the next day. And you may be thinking, what's the big deal? Well, if you go to a flooring store or big home warehouse, your installation could take up to 6 weeks or more. Just ask them. Well, we don't think that's right. At National Florist Direct, if you call today, you'll see a representative when you want, and you'll have your flooring installed the next day. So get the flooring experience you deserve. And we'll beat their price by 15% too. Call 888-400-FLOOR. We bring the store to your door.
When your gut is out of balance, your body gives you signs. So if you're frustrated with occasional bloating, gas, or abdominal discomfort, help stop the frustration and start taking Align every day. Align Probiotic was specifically designed by gastroenterologists to help relieve your occasional digestive upsets, so you can enjoy life. When you feel the signs, it's time to try Align.
When I was your age, we never had anything like this.
What, Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi that works all over the house, even the basement.
The basement? So I can finally throw that party and invite Shannon Barnes.
Get Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 2 years when you add mobile. Plus, save up to $600 over Frontier.
Maybe we'll even get married one day.
I wonder what I'll be doing.
Probably still living here with Mom and Dad.
Fast, reliable speeds right where you need them. That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi on the Xfinity 10G network.
And Liberty Bank have been spreading kindness across Connecticut. Do you know someone who's going above and beyond? Nominate them now on WFSB.com and help us surprise even more local heroes.
No one can control the weather, but at Harp Home Services, we make sure your home is warm all season long. Our expert technicians recommend getting your furnace checked now. We'll come out to inspect your system, listen to your concerns, and guide you to a custom heating solution that optimizes your system's performance and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Whether it's time for a tune-up, a repair, or an upgrade, your comfort is our priority. Call or schedule online today to take advantage of special offers and financing options.
I did a Good Feet commercial about 4 years ago, and I thought maybe I should check in with you. Yeah, I'm still wearing my Good Feet arch supports. They give you the freedom to move without pain. I worry about how warm or cool to dress on trail, but I don't worry about my feet anymore. I put my arch supports in and forget about it. I'm Deidre Haven, and this is still my Good Feet story.
You too can get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
Add the bonus multiplier? What's the bonus multiplier?
It's just able to multiply prizes up to 10 times. That's all.
Ways to date. Ditto.
Keno, your numbers are waiting.
Dedicated to transforming lives through education.
How safe is your safe deposit box? What this woman says happened to her wealth will shock you.
She says all her cash and priceless possessions were gone.
Next, Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 3.
Tonight at 5, we have an I-Team exclusive.
A vote of no confidence in the leadership of the state's colleges and university system.
The change faculty wants to see and how it impacts thousands of students. Also today, we'll hear from a former employee of Fotis Dulos, what he revealed about that red pickup truck that's considered a key piece of evidence in the case.
And let's take a live look over Las Vegas on this Tuesday. We are getting you ready for Super Bowl 58 with with a report from Sin City.
And while it is early February, soon it will feel more like early April, timing out a big warming trend and how long a dry stretch will last in the First Alert forecast.
Now on Channel 3 and streaming on WFSB+. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
We start at 5 with an I-Team exclusive as students prepare now to pay higher tuition next year in the Connecticut State colleges and university system. One university senate is calling for some change at the top.
The Eastern Connecticut State University Senate passed a no-confidence resolution, and the I-Team has learned other schools are preparing to take similar action. Our consumer investigative reporter, Cassidy Williams, is joining us to explain what this means for students. Cassidy.
Students in the CSCU system have watched as courses have been cut while tuition has been raised. Now leaders at Eastern say the issues start with Chancellor Terrence Chang.
We no longer feel the leadership can, in terms of Chancellor Chang, can lead the system successfully.
It's a bold statement from Professor William Lugo, one now backed up by his peers. Lugo is the president of the University Senate, a group of students, faculty, and staff at Eastern Connecticut State University, chosen to represent the school. The Senate last week voted 27-7 to approve a no-confidence resolution in Chancellor Terrence Chang.
Some of the policies that are coming from the system office, which we have to follow, which under the Chancellor, don't make any sense.
Chang was appointed in 2021 to be the chancellor of Connecticut State Colleges and Universities, the newly merged system of 16 campuses across the state. Eastern's no-confidence resolution says the system office continues to create and hire new positions at high salaries, and goes on to say the mismanagement of the merger has created financial and structural instability for the entire CSCU system.
The way that it's being managed now is not saving money. The taxpayers of Connecticut were promised that this was going to fix the broken system that was there, and it hasn't.
In a statement to the I-Team, Chancellor Chang said in part, quote, "I am committed to a collaborative and productive relationship with our valued faculty and staff as we fight this legislative session to ensure CSCU receives the funding it needs to continue to foster the next generation of teachers, nurses, manufacturers, and corporate leaders. We will get through these challenging times by working together." The Board of Regents chair and vice chair say Chang has their full confidence and support, writing in a statement in part, "We appreciate the incredible efforts the Chancellor has put forth on behalf of the system, the standards he has set, and the environment he has fostered." Lugo says he knows of at least 4 other institutions that are reviewing Eastern's no-confidence resolution and considering one of their own.
Both faculty and staff across the system are very frustrated with how our system is being run.
We have confirmed that Norwalk Community College has a no-confidence resolution on its Senate's agenda for later this month. Now, the no-confidence votes don't mean Chang will be removed, but they're meant to send a message to the Board of Regents, which does have the power to take action. You can read Eastern's full no-confidence resolution and the full statement from the Board of Regents and Chancellor Chang on the WFSB app. For the I-Team, Cassidy Williams, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Much more to come on that. Cassidy, thank you. Now to Waterbury, where police say a shooting last week has now turned deadly and more arrests are expected to be made. Right now, 18-year-old Angela Bodden-Mitchell is facing several charges after police say a man was shot in the head and crashed his car in a parking lot last week. Police identified the victim as 38-year-old Keno Williams. The shooting is still under investigation.
Right now at 5, one of the state's key witnesses on the stand for day 18 in the Michelle Troconis trial. Today, jurors heard from Powell Gumeni. He worked for Fotis Doulos and owned that red Toyota pickup truck police believe played a role in his wife's disappearance. Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland is live right now with the mobile newsroom outside Stamford Superior Court. Matt.
Hi there, Mark. Well, Pavel Gumieni was granted immunity by state prosecutors in this case, meaning he would not be charged with hindering prosecution for his cooperation and his testimony. Today on the stand, he had plenty to say, and we want to warn you, some of it was a little vulgar. Now, Gumieni was a project manager with the Ford Group. He testified how he was working at a New Canaan job site the day Jennifer Farber-Doulos disappeared. He told jurors how he never went to her home and that he didn't see Fotis Doulos that morning. He also detailed how he would typically use a company car during the work week, leaving his Toyota Tacoma in Farmington. back on May 24, 2019. He was driving Fotis Doulos' Ford Raptor pickup truck, and that afternoon he returned to Farmington to get his own truck for the holiday weekend. He testified Doulos and Michelle Traconis seemed surprised to see him, and that Michelle took the keys to the Tacoma and left before he could get them. He eventually did. He also testified that Doulos had his truck cleaned and washed inside and out. He also recalled prior conversations he said he had with Doulos, including one where Fotis was asking about whether or not his wife's New Canaan home had cameras, and another time with Fotis and Michelle as they discussed a family dog that was sick and needed to be put down, and how Fotis said Jennifer wouldn't let the kids say goodbye to the dog.
She said she should be buried right next to this dog.
And when you say she, what exactly did she say?
Can I use bad words?
Yes.
She said that bitch should be buried right next to this dog.
Well, what else did Gumieni have to say? We're going to have that coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 6, along with hearing from Michelle Traconis' family. We're live at the mobile newsroom outside Stamford Superior Court. Matt McFarland, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
Matt, thank you. Very scary moments for a homeowner in Wallingford after they say a man tried to break into their home with a golf club. We're told it happened yesterday on Concord Lane. Police tell us 31-year-old Javier Andujar from Massachusetts was smashing windows to try to get inside the home. He had also been seen earlier in the night tugging on car doors and going through vehicles in the area. He ran away, but police tracked him down a short time later.
Right now at 5, some breaking news we're following, and this is out of New London County. We're getting reports of a head-on crash in Salem.
Channel 3's Stephanie Simoni is joining us live from the First Alert Desk with the very latest. Stephanie.
Aaron and Mark, all of these details are still coming into the newsroom right now, but so far we know a portion of Route 354 is closed after a head-on crash. Now, Pinpoint News Tracker here takes us out to the scene. Route 354 in the area of Rattlesnake Ledge Road. We know 2 people taken to the hospital, and within the last 15 minutes, we just learned state police said those injuries may be serious. If we get any new information, of course, we'll bring it to you. On the First Alert Desk, I'm Stephanie Simoni, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, sunset is in 5 minutes from now, and across Connecticut, we saw plenty of sunshine today. Check out this live iCam view from Middletown, looking over the Aragoni Bridge, connecting Middletown over to Portland. If you have plans to take it out and about this evening, our sky remains clear. The cloud cover that we've been tracking staying just to our east today, even some ocean effect snow showers through the Cape and as well through the islands. But that cloud cover staying just to our east at one point, making its way into eastern Connecticut, but otherwise staying far enough away from us. So overnight tonight, we go from the 30s this evening, eventually into the 20s. So temperatures running above average for this time of year, but you'll still need that coat, that jacket as you start your Wednesday. And tomorrow, like the past couple of days, we'll see dry weather with plenty of sunshine, perhaps just a few clouds moving through during the afternoon, with temperatures tomorrow topping out between 40 and 45 degrees. For the Hartford area, average highs 37 right now. We eventually head into the lower to mid 50s. We'll time out that transition, and when we may see a couple of showers ahead in the First Alert 7-day.
All right, we will see you then, Mark. Thank you. In Milford, crews are looking into what started a house fire. Firefighters were called to Amber Lane and Seaside Avenue just before 11:30 last night. We did receive video from an eyewitness at the scene, and one person was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Again, you can just see how massive a fire was. This video sent to us from an eyewitness.
Right now in New at 5, we're less than 18 hours away from the start of this year's legislative session, and tonight we're looking closely at the big issues on the table and how they could impact your family.
We saw historic tax cuts last year, but this year lawmakers may have less money to spend. Our chief political reporter Susan Raff is live tonight in Hartford. And Susan, what can we expect here?
Well, the important thing to know is that Connecticut is now in a biennium budget, which means we are in the second year of a 2-year budget, and pretty much many of the major priorities, like those historic tax cuts and other things, passed last year. But those who didn't have much success last year are not giving up hope. It's that time of year again when lawmakers are trying to find money in the budget. Today, Democrats and Republicans met behind closed doors. Nonprofits are hoping for more funding, but spending could be tight this year.
Every session is challenging, each in a different way, but this year will be especially challenging because it's the second year of a biennium. Essentially, the budget is crafted already, and people are counting on that money.
The plan was to give more money for education, We need more teachers, but we are hearing there could be a $50 million cut for elementary schools.
It's really important that we are paid for the job that we do.
Victoria Ceylon is passionate. Starting pay for paraeducators is $16 an hour. Many paraeducators have 2 or more jobs. Her son, AJ, was born with cerebral palsy. He just graduated from UConn.
What they did for my son, I can never thank them enough.
A task force was created to look at eliminating car taxes. Connecticut's system is seen as regressive, mainly because taxes are based on where you live. But what they didn't come up with is a way to pay for it. Car taxes generate $900 million for cities and towns. Lamont's priorities: helping families with childcare and getting his clean air plan passed, which some see as too restrictive.
It's a bipartisan problem. I think neither side wants to see something as aggressive as California. And as we continue to see California, roll out their ill-conceived plan, time is not on their side because the facts are really against them.
Now, it's important to note that Connecticut lawmakers, Republicans and Democrats, passed fiscal guardrails in 2017, and they renewed those guardrails last year. That has helped Connecticut pay off about $7 billion in debt, which is good news, but it has curtailed what lawmakers can spend. There's another challenge this year. It is a short session, so that means that it will certainly be difficult to get all of those proposals passed in time. We are live tonight in Hartford. Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, that's going to be a busy place very soon. Susan, thank you very much. Well, tonight the UConn men will play at the XL Center in Hartford.
Yes, they'll hit the hardwood, ranked as the #1 team in the country for the 4th week in a row. Pretty impressive. They host the Butler Bulldogs at 8:30, and we'll have a full recap tonight on Eyewitness News at 11.
This bill is not comprehensive immigration reform, but it would fix the crisis at the border.
Coming up next, Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy pushing for his bipartisan bill aimed at addressing the problems at the border. What he had to say today on the Senate floor about the deal that's now falling apart.
And a historic verdict. For the first time, a parent of a school shooter has been charged for the actions of their child. The latest from Michigan next.
So far every day this month, temperatures have been running above average. That trend continues in a big way when temps head into the 50s for highs and when our sky goes from bright to a bit cloudier. That's ahead in the First Alert forecast.
And what are your plans for Sunday, everybody? Maybe to watch the Super Bowl, right? As we head outside for a live look in Las Vegas, we are your home for Super Bowl 58. We'll have much more when Eyewitness News at 5 continues.
Alerting you to local dangers, covering the stories impacting your community. Trust Aaron Connolly and Mark Zinni every night on Eyewitness News at 11.
New York in winter. It's easy. Easy to go off the trail. Easy to make your own. Easy to stay cool. Easy to warm up. It's easy to love New York, and it's easy to plan your getaway at iloveny.com.
It matters that Bridgeport Hospital has over 1,900 physicians, plus access to hundreds of specialty programs affiliated with Yale School of Medicine. It matters that we specialize in advanced robotic surgeries to accelerate healing, and that we offer an acclaimed stroke center, as well as Connecticut's only burn center. Because having access to the very best is what matters most. Bridgeport Hospital, with the greatest of care.
Stay in tune with your heart's rhythms.
If you ever feel your heart racing while at rest, it may be an abnormal heartbeat. Be sure to report symptoms to your doctor.
A simple checkup goes a long way in preventing a heart attack or stroke.
Brought to you by the Calhoun Cardiology Center at UConn Health.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad. Hey, watch it. It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face. Game changer. While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience. The best a man can get is Gillette Labs.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick. And try Vicks Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors. home at the Connecticut Home and Remodeling Show. Explore the latest trends, meet expert contractors, and turn your dreams into reality. Get your tickets now at cthomeshow.com this weekend.
Get a beautiful, durable concrete coating backed by a lifetime warranty with Next Level.
Your family like our own.
Get morning ready with Caitlin Francis. Weekdays on Eyewitness News.
You're watching Eyewitness News at 5 with Aaron Connolly, Mark Zenny, and First Alert Chief Meteorologist Mark Dixon. Connecticut's #1 local news. Eyewitness News continues.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's head out west right now to Las Vegas. Time to talk Super Bowl 58. Of course, we have you covered with everything you need to know.
Yes, and our sister station in Las Vegas is providing coverage all week long. Here's Channel 3's Danny Maston.
Well, we are here at the Super Bowl fan experience inside of the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. Now, we are getting a sneak peek today. It actually opens up to the public tomorrow. Now, this is a tradition for the NFL to have these experiences in the Super Bowl hosting cities. You know, so those who aren't able to go to the actual Super Bowl game, they can still feel like they are a part, you know, of Super Bowl activities. So they are going to have tons of activations here. I mean, it is huge, over 700,000 square feet, you know, of different activities set up here inside of the convention center. So they're going to have photo opportunities. They're going to have meet and greets with people like Eli Manning and Jerry Rice. And of course, you have the iconic photo opportunity with the Vince Lombardi trophy. So many great things to do here for fans to come out and feel like they are just in all of the action for the Super Bowl. Reporting in Las Vegas, I'm Danny Maston.
All right, lots and lots going on all week long. Just a reminder, we are your home for Super Bowl 58, so stay with us right here all week on Channel 3.
All right, 46 years ago today, blizzard of 78, Blizzard Larry was ramping up a substantial, huge snowstorm for us here in southern New England.
Wow, you can 46. Tell. And we had hit the letter L by this point last year, in that year.
Yeah, the winter of 77 to 78.
Look at how much snow covering the cars.
Yeah, so upwards of 2 feet of snow in parts of Connecticut. It was a crippling storm. Ella Grasso, the governor at the time, declared a state of emergency. The state was closed down for 3 days. Carter, the president at the time, declared a federal state of emergency. So
yeah, people were stuck in cars. It was a very, very bad situation for a lot of people.
So,
well, not right now.
Very different
this
February. Yeah, it's been a dry month so far, and temps have been running above average. But those snowfall deficits, they're still growing. So January was certainly a bit snowier than average, but that was, of course, after a very slow start. No snow measured in October for the Hartford area. Trace amounts November and December. 15.5 inches at Bradley Airport for the Hartford area last month, and so far, and this is the snowiest month on average, nothing to report so far. And as we move forward in time, our dry and bright stretch will continue. Temperatures eventually, just in time for the upcoming weekend, head into April-like levels. And then as we head into the weekend as well, there's a chance for a shower later Saturday, but certainly not any reason to cancel or change plans. Not a washout and situation where, as we see it now, some communities, many communities, could just stay dry. So we've got temperatures, meanwhile, here in the 5 o'clock hour, mid and upper 30s inland, close to 40 along the 95 corridor. And as expected today, a little bit cooler than yesterday with a northeasterly flow. Those winds are still up at around 5 to 10 miles an hour, making it feel several degrees colder. Wind chill values in the Northwest Hills already in the mid and upper 20s, feeling like 33 Hartford, 32 Willimantic, and 33 to 34 right now, the wind chill along the 95 corridor. And there's our icam view from Waterbury. Absolutely beautiful. Clear skies all across Connecticut. 36 there in the Brass City, and looking beautiful as well in southeast Connecticut with our view from Mystic. So region-wide, our weather is fairly quiet. We've got all this cloudiness offshore coming very close to Connecticut today, all in association with a large ocean storm that finally will be moving away from southern New England. High pressure helping to deflect any sort of wet or even cloudy weather through the day tomorrow. So overnight tonight, temperatures bottom out in the mid and upper 20s inland, upper 20s along the 95 corridor. And a check of First Alert Futurecast for our Wednesday. You'll still need those sunglasses, basically rinse and repeat. But as we head forward in time, temperatures will get progressively warmer. Forecasting highs tomorrow up in the 40 to 45 degree range. The exception, the hills of northwest Connecticut, upper 30s, low 40s there, mid 40s along the Connecticut coastline. So looking at the big picture, high pressure, again, keeping things quiet for us over the next couple of couple of days. And the storm system that's been making headlines for California and as well through the Southwest eventually heads up into the Great Lakes. We're going to be on the mild side of the storm, so that's why temperatures will get progressively warmer as we head toward the end of the week and into the upcoming weekend. So here's just a snapshot of Friday. By later in the day, temperatures close to the 50-degree mark, and we go even warmer on Saturday. Highs into the mid-50s is what we're forecasting with that southwesterly flow. So despite more clouds and sunshine, temperatures peak on Saturday. Some of our models actually indicating we could go even warmer than that, even close to the 60-degree mark. So we'll be giving you the first alert to changes on that, of course, as we get closer. Regardless, it's going to feel like early April. Relatively cooler, but still above average. Sun and clouds on Sunday. Monday, dry, mid and upper 40s. And they're going to be watching Tuesday of next week as a storm system passes by offshore. Could spread some high clouds here across southern New England, kind of dimming our sun. Kind of a time frame of interest. Of course, we'll be keeping you updated on that, of course, in the days ahead as well.
Okay, Mark, thank you. By the way, we have some developing weather news for you right now. Los Angeles City officials say crews have now responded to nearly 400 mudslides as that big storm slams that area.
Yeah, it's all because of that record rainfall in Southern California, which has led to flooding, power outages, and other damage. Officials in LA say at least 5 buildings have been deemed uninhabitable. Falling trees have killed at least 3 people since Sunday.
Literally, it just happened in 3 seconds. Rumbling, big bang, throwing debris and pieces of the ceiling off of my body.
Now, the storm system also dumped heavy snow, burying parts of the Sierra Nevadas and Southern California mountain ranges. And at one point today, a rare tornado warning was also issued in San Diego. New for you tonight, a Michigan jury has found Jennifer Crumbly guilty on all 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter for her son's mass shooting that happened at his high school back in 2021. The counts were for each student who was killed, and the first time a parent of a school shooter was held directly responsible for the killings. Prosecutors argue Jennifer Crumbly could have prevented the shooting after she and her husband were called to a meeting at the school about their son's behavior. She's now facing 15 years in prison and will be sentenced in April.
Today, an appeals court in the nation's capital ruled President Trump can stand trial in connection with charges he plotted to overturn the results of the 2020 election. The panel struck down Trump's broad claims of immunity, saying it does not apply in criminal cases. The former president could still take his case to the Supreme Court.
New tonight at 5, after months of negotiations, GOP lawmakers say a bill that would provide emergency funding for Ukraine, Israel, and strengthen the U.S.-Mexico border is now dead on arrival in the House. Today, President Biden and Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy, who spent months negotiating the bipartisan bill, blamed former President Trump and House Republicans for trying to kill it.
They spent the last 40 years hearing about how the border is a problem, but they don't see any action from Congress. They're sick of this, and they want the 2 parties to come together to fix the problem. And they're going to be furious to find out that when Republicans here had the chance to support a bipartisan bill that they requested, that they asked for, almost every single Senate Republican opposed that bill because Donald Trump wants to keep the chaos.
Now, despite the pushback, the Senate is expected to still hold a test vote on the deal this week, but Republican leader Mitch McConnell said it likely will not pass now. Today, tributes have been coming in all day for country music star Toby Keith.
He died last night surrounded by his family. He was diagnosed with cancer in 2021. Toby Keith skyrocketed to stardom with his 1993 platinum debut album, and his music entertained country music fans worldwide for 2 decades, including U.S. troops serving overseas. He was 62 years old.
Still ahead for you at 5, what's real, what's fake? See the new steps social media sites are taking now so you don't get duped by any AI-generated pictures.
Now that it's the new year, you're probably planning and gearing up for those spring projects. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor, why not gear up with SK Lavery? Our best package pricing on top quality appliances awaits. Take advantage of these great deals and low pricing now. Seize this opportunity to save big with our incredible savings. It's also the perfect time of year to upgrade. See you soon at SK Lavery. We're your #1 appliance store.
East Hartford. See our huge selection of trophies, awards, medals, and plaques for all sports and corporate recognition. Peruse our large showroom for discounted items. Call, visit, or email Discount Trophy Awards Center in East Hartford today.
What does it take to be Connecticut's leading senior care continuum? Award-winning 5-star residential communities, state-of-the-art short-term rehabilitation and hospital care, and the hope that comes from every step forward. Compassionate home health, hospice, and homemaker companion services, and the peace in knowing that wherever you call home, we are there. This is Masana Care, and it's all right here.
Want to know a secret? More than just my armpits stink. That's why I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant everywhere.
4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend Whole Body Deodorant, which gives you 72-hour odor protection from your pits to your...
Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
Jordan's sore nose let out a fiery sneeze, so Dad grabbed Puffs Plus lotion to soothe her with ease. Puffs Plus lotion is gentle on sensitive skin and locks in moisture to provide soothing relief. A nose in need deserves Puffs indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like straight lines that seem wavy, blurry or missing visual spots that make it hard to see faces, like this one, or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. GA is irreversible. It's important to catch it early. Talk to your eye doctor about GA and learn more at gawon'twait.com.
February 9th, 10th, and 11th at the Connecticut Convention Center. Tickets at cthomeshow.com. Get 50% off using promo code WFSB. The Connecticut Home and Remodeling Show, February 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Well, I feel like this is more and more common these days. People getting confused by pictures online. Meta, the company that owns Facebook, said they'll now start adding labels to any images posted that were actually created by AI.
Yeah, they'll be working with other firms to create industry standard invisible watermarks to try and identify those images. The labels will roll out across Facebook, Instagram, and Threads in multiple languages.
Jay Timothy's is preparing wings for the big game. I'm Audrey Russo, and coming up, I'll tell you how swiftly these buckets are going to go.
All right, heading out and about this evening, you'll need the jacket for sure. Temperatures that are in the 30s eventually drop into the 20s under a clear sky. Checking out our iCam view from stores. Sundown just about 15 minutes ago. As you can see some of those late-day rays of sun reaching Gamble Pavilion there. Still some light in the sky. Temperatures tomorrow in the low and mid-40s, mid and upper 40s on Thursday. Friday, despite increasing cloudiness, temperatures close in on the 50-degree mark, and we go even milder. We'll have much more on the early April-like warmth for the weekend and when it ends. And, of course, when we may see a couple of showers. That's ahead in the first look forecast on Eyewitness News at 5:30.
You are 10 years old going to high school. That's brave.
Season of Young Sheldon.
Bazinga.
See how it all ends. CBS Premiere Week after Super Bowl 58, only on CBS. And streaming on Paramount Plus.
Did you know 80% of women are struggling with hair damage? Just like I was.
Dryness and frizz could be damaged hair that can't retain moisture.
New Pantene Miracle Rescue Deep Conditioner with first-of-its-kind melting Pro V pearls. Locks in moisture to repair 6 months of damage in one wash without weigh down.
Guaranteed or your money back.
For resilient, healthy-looking hair. If you know it's Pantene.
If you ever feel your heart racing while at rest, it may be an abnormal heartbeat. Be sure to report symptoms to your doctor.
A simple checkup goes a long way in preventing a heart attack or stroke.
Brought to you by the Calhoun Cardiology Center at UConn Health.
Countless hearts and lives have been transformed by the cardiac surgery team ranked as the nation's best, right here in Connecticut at Hartford Healthcare. When you need life-changing cardiac care, start here.
Emergencies are a headache. But at Harp Home Services, we have you covered with same-day solutions. Whether you need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical services, our certified techs are here 24/7 to solve all those issues you didn't see coming. Plus, we offer industry-leading warranties, special offers, and flexible financing options. Call or schedule online today.
When you play Mohegan Sun Online Casino, you can be up even in your downtime. Download the app today and get up to $1,000 back on your first day of play.
Connecticut's leading asbestos, lead paint, and mold removal contractor, Anthony's Abatement, is your trusted family-owned abatement company servicing all of Connecticut. From free same-day estimates to final cleaning, we've got you covered. Anthony's Abatement, where quality meets commitment. Call us today.
Tonight, a brand new report shows U.S. household debt just keeps climbing.
The Federal Reserve Bank of New York says a big part of that is credit card debt, which hit another new record. Americans now collectively owe more than $1 trillion, which is a 46% increase from the beginning of 2021.
I think that really speaks to high inflation and high interest rates. The average credit card right now charges a record high 20.74%. That's making it harder for people to get out of debt, as is the fact that they're charging more things.
Now, the report also said credit card and auto loan delinquencies keep rising as well, notably among younger borrowers.
Well, that does it for Eyewitness News at 5.
There is much more ahead right here at 5:30, and Stephanie is joining us now with a look.
Hi, Mark and Aaron. We have a lot to get to right now at 5:30 with all the big